Listeners, today is Thursday. Today I'm talking about Series 7, Episode 2 of Doctor Who called Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Glad that my hair was just cut off from that clip. I need to add another book to my tripod. Take a look at Lucy's funky tripod. To say that this episode was a real mixture of fandoms, so if you hear me referring to certain characters as to what their names actually weren't in the episode, it's because I know them as that character and other things, so let's go. We're going to be referring to the guy who plays Lestrade in Sherlock as Lestrade from Sherlock, and I'm probably referring to Solomon, I think his name was, the ship man, this creepy guy, to be Filch from Harry Potter. So let's go. I'm going to review this episode a little bit differently because there are things that I liked about it, and there were some things that I didn't like about it, which was a little bit weird for an episode of Doctor Who, but I just didn't really enjoy this episode as much. So yes, let's start off with a random thing by saying that I absolutely loved Amy's jumper. Yeah, jumper, sweater, I loved her jumper. So yes, I thought it was really nice. That was one of the only things really that I actually liked in the episode. Yeah. I loved the dinosaurs and everything else, and I liked the robot things on certain parts, but after a while they got really, really annoying. Yeah. And I also liked Rory's dad. I thought he was the sweetest part of the episode. I liked him as the new character out of the many characters which were new in the episode, and I really liked him. I thought he was lovely, and I loved how he wanted to travel and see the stars. So at the end of the episode, yeah, I really liked that bit when he had his legs off the edge of the TARDIS and he was looking into the space. I liked that. I liked the beach scene. I thought that was really nice and funny. It was a bit of bonding time between Rory the Doctor and Rory's dad and everything else. And I liked the pterodactyls. Yeah, I liked them. Let's go on to the things that I didn't like about the episode as much. I'm not saying that I didn't like the episode, and the things that I said I didn't like were actually some things which had comedy aspects to them, but there were things that I didn't think were actually needed in the episode. I do understand completely that Lestrade's character, aka the guy from Sherlock who plays Lestrade in Sherlock, I can't remember what his name was, and I don't have any laptop on me to Google the episode, so I don't know, but you know who I mean. The guy, I liked his character, but I found him very irritating, and I really, really liked how it was very comedy orientated, this episode, but it was very, he was very sexist. I understand completely people who may comment in the bottom saying that that was the whole point of it, everything else that was meant to be funny. I found it funny, but I also found it a little bit annoying, and bearing in mind I understand completely because it was his generation, and back in those times women were used as slaves or everything else, you know what I mean, they were lower in hierarchy, but I didn't think it was needed with the Egyptian lady. I can't remember what her name was. Nefertiti? No, I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this, I'm a really bad reviewer. The things I did like, I liked how they definitely portrayed how Rory's dad was very bewildered and very shocked by everything, and how different it is from normality travelling with the Doctor, and they definitely made a big contrast between Amy and Rory's side of things and how used to things they are now, and normal people who aren't used to travelling with him. I liked that. I didn't really like Filch's character. I'm calling him Filch. I think his name was Solomon, but I'm calling him Filch. I didn't like him. I found him really, really creepy and really, like, quite creepy. Yeah, creep. I found him really scary and made me feel really, really uncomfortable. That was obviously the intention, but I didn't like how he spoke to the Egyptian lady, and I'm going to keep calling her that because I can't remember what her name is. I'm going to get corrected by somebody. But anyway, he said something along the lines of, "I'm going to give you immense pleasure," or something, and I thought, I'm really dirty-minded, or that was the complete intention for that to sound how it did. This is becoming very awkward, yes. Overall, this is a very, very quick, short review. I liked the episode, and I didn't like it. I liked it because it had lots of comedy aspects, but I didn't like it because some of them weren't needed. It was very sexually referenced, and although the sexual references were very funny, there was something to do with balls and Rory's dad, that made me laugh, that was funny, but some of them just weren't needed. And bearing in mind Doctor Who does have such a wide target audience, including very, very young children, and of course bearing in mind the show's nearly 50 years old, it has an older generation as well, but the innuendo and some of the sexual references weren't needed, and it seemed a little bit cheesy. Yeah, I liked some of it, but it did seem a little bit cheesy. Overall, this definitely wasn't one of my favourite episodes. It seemed a little bit more around a story revolved around a title. Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, when they said that was the name of the story a week or so before, I got really excited, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a great episode. but it seemed like a bit of an anticlimax and nothing was really happening. It was quite confusing at the beginning and it just kind of seemed like a story revolved around a title, and I don't know. It just wasn't my episode, I don't think. But yes, it was good and it was bad. It has its ups and downs. But yeah. Candace, oh hello. Candace, I'm looking forward to hearing your review on the episode and what you thought about it. Hopefully our opinions are kind of the same. But yes, I hope you have a great week or weekend or whatever, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Her name was Nefertiti.